Uh, Hello everyone. Happy New Year. I guess. Merry Christmas too. I had a Christmas video planned, but um, I never ended up finishing it because I didn't feel like it. But anyway, so you can see, uh, it's me and my VOTube character and my monitor background. And that's because I'm probably going to be pulling up a few different things throughout the course of this video, mainly just because I don't necessarily know what to do as the image for this video. But I wanted to make this because I wanted to talk about the year of 2024 and all the things that have happened and just interesting stuff, I guess, about my last year because it has been a very, very interesting year for me. Not just like in terms of my channel, but also like my life in general. There's been a lot of things that have changed, a lot of things for the better, and I definitely think that I am ending this year a lot better than I ended last year, personally. So I'm just gonna bring this over here. Um, I really haven't looked in a while because um, I just haven't had the chance to look, I suppose. But I'm just curious how long ago. So it looks like almost all these videos were within this year, which is interesting. When we start hitting the 1 year ago around the speed painting video and the Mario tier list, and honestly, a lot of these videos felt like they were not that long ago that I made them, but so much has changed since then, and I figure I should talk about that. So, um, the first thing I want to talk about is, um, and this is going to be a little more personal because I just kind of feel like it. Also, my VOTube character of the tooth is transparent. I'll fix that at some point. Um, this video is going to be a little more personal because it's kind of hard to talk about my last year without talking about a few more like personal things. So, a few months ago, around May or yeah, late May, early June of this year, I officially moved out of my dad's house and I live exclusively with my mom now. So there's no back and forth shifting between the two. Um, it's a lot easier for me because I can have all my stuff at one place and not really worry about like having to bring my computer back and forth. What I used to do when my computer was a lot smaller is I would put my computer in the trunk of my car and then drive between the houses and just have a monitor at both houses that I would set up and use. But that obviously became really inconvenient when my setup got more and more elaborate. So like I'll put a picture of it here, but my setup now is more like it's a lot. So I have like actual camera as a webcam, and I have like a big screen, and my computer weighs like 80 pounds, and I've got 4 monitors. I guess one's a drawing tablet, but it's too much stuff to move, and that change really happened right at the perfect time for that. And of course, there's a lot of other personal things as well. Um, I do remember when I made this video, the new mic video, which is ironic because I'm actually recording this as the first video on my newer microphone. But this video was all about how I had a new roommate, I believe I said in the video. Here, let's just look at it. See my old stills. Oh, hold on.
A new microphone, and as of this moment, it is very difficult for me to record voice lines without loud background noise. I do not have the time to explain this.
This is funny because on the left side of the screen right here, you can see where the background ends, which I think is really funny. Um that I left that in for I think 2 or 3 videos that I had this black line at the edge of the screen that I just didn't acknowledge.
So I got a friend, and he will tell you everything you need to know.
Oh wait, that is on both sides too. It's over here. That's funny. I never even knew it was on this side. I guess I never looked.
So I got a friend, and he will
Yeah,
tell
this
you everything.
guy,
You know
it's funny because his Discord has a gas mask. That's why I drew him like this. And also, he used to wear like Hawaiian shirts,
New
which was
roommate.
funny.
That new roommate is a South American grandma.
Okay, so that, that that's the part of the video that I wanted to make very clear. Um so this drawing sums up really well the issue I was having at my dad's house. So this South American grandma that he mentions is actually my stepmom's mother, and they are from Panama. And the vacation, I remember I've acknowledged the vacation a few times on the channel, especially like in a couple video around the time that it happened and a little bit later, because it was such a integral part of this change that happened. But um so for a long while, longer than it probably should have been, my entire room was I have two very young siblings on my dad's side and at their house. And when my sister was born, the younger of the two, I had to move out of my room because I was told that she needed it, which is totally fine. um we used to move around a lot, but this house was like the first one that we ever kind of stayed in for a long time. So I lived in this house since I was 7, and it was definitely a big move because I had stayed there for so long, and there was so much of like my old stuff in that room that it was kind of difficult to pick and choose what I needed to get rid of and what I wanted to keep. So my room in the basement kind of turned into this like depressing little box of like some of my childhood stuff and some of my current stuff, but it was never really like that good, especially because I had internet problems at this house for a long time. And for at least, I mean, I still believe it truly, but I think that I was blacklisted from the internet on multiple of my devices, because even my phone still doesn't work at that house for whatever reason, whereas if I sign in like a new device, it works for like a few days and then stops. But that isn't really that big of a deal. It was for a long time, like for playing games online, because I wasn't able to do it. But um anymore, obviously it doesn't matter now, but I did end up getting an internet box there that my desk sits around this area in that room, or at least it did. And I had this little internet box that I would use for my computer. This is where I made a lot of my early videos, actually, because it was um I had my computer here for a while at the beginning of my or the end, I should say, of my junior year of high school. Or maybe it was the beginning. I don't really remember. I guess if it was a year ago, it would have been the beginning of my junior year of high school. So I had my desk here, and it was like, I don't know, it was really bad. My bed was in the corner. I used to make my videos on a dinky old iPad, which was a really interesting process that I'm kind of glad I don't have to do anymore when switching between like my uh drawings and like trying to get them into the videos, because it was just really difficult. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So my stepmom, or my stepmom's mother, my step grandma, she moved in with us a few years ago, and she would stay in the basement. And there was technically, there's a room off to the left of this drawing that I did that she sleeps in, but she spends the majority of her time in like a chair here with a TV and watches like loud television that like my friend said in the video. um and the issue was that like if I wanted to play a game or be loud or record something, I just couldn't really do it because there's always the TV was always on, and it was like basically impossible for me to record anything. And um it was a lot. It was like kind of hard to deal with, actually, because I couldn't really sleep at night because the TV was so loud, and she'd be watching like war stuff, and it was like, obviously I can't understand them because she watches it in Spanish, so that's fine, I guess, but it was turned up so loud that like it actually became an issue for me where I couldn't sleep. And um I obviously wasn't really going to bring it up to my dad because it felt like kind of out of my league to complain. But um so basically shortly after the trip to Panama that we took, I just took the opportunity and took all my stuff to my mom's, which was kind of the first step of it. And I had no intention of really moving at first, but it became more obvious what had to happen because like um every time I go on a vacation with either side of my family, I spend the equivalent amount of time of the vacation with the other side. So the vacation was like 2 or 3 weeks long. So I had planned to stay at my mom's for like 2 to 3 weeks to compensate for the time that I missed with her and my stepdad and my little sister on that side. And so I got there and I just kind of like started staying at my mom's house on nights that I worked and started staying at my mom's house on random nights because I didn't want to drive. And then I kind of just like eventually stopped going to my dad's. Oops. But whatever. So I kind of figured out really quickly how much easier it was for me to have all of my stuff like at my mom's house because I could have everything just in one little contained area, and it made my life so much easier. So that was a big part of like the first half of the year for me, was just all that, like, not necessarily drama, but like interesting happenings, I guess you could call them. um there was a lot of stuff that's happened over time. It's like I've learned so much about artwork and like getting truly a lot better with my artwork because the funny thing is, I remember I made this speed painting video. I'm sorry, that was loud. I made this speed painting video and it was super low resolution, and there's like a line here. It's because I drew it on my iPad and there was like a watermark, so I put like a black square here to get rid of the watermark and stuff. It was really annoying, but yeah, so I drew this, and I actually had no intention of this becoming one of like my still sets, but this image was used as a reference for the entirety of still set 3. So still set 3 is based off of this image, which is crazy. This was a year ago because I used still set 3 for a long time, but this image became the basis for that still set, and I am proud of this drawing. But in hindsight, obviously it was done on my iPad, and like a lot of my artwork, when it comes out like good and I'm happy with it, is a lot of the time it's entirely just luck. Like I'll just keep trying the same thing over and over again and throwing it at the wall until it just kind of turns out okay. But I think I said in this video that I might have tricked you or something along those lines and like turned that other one into my still, which was just completely not true. I tricked nobody. I tricked myself because I made this video and I liked that drawing so much that I decided to turn it into the image for still set 3. Mainly because I wasn't really satisfied with 1 or 2, and I made a video about the creation of still set 4, so if you want to watch that, then feel free, but it's not super interesting. But still set 4 is definitely my favorite, and I've kind of changed the colors that I used for Avil like to a dramatic amount. Like I actually color his fur white now instead of the light gray that I used to use, and I'm not 100% sure why, but I think it's just for the convenience of not having to find a specific gray. But in drawings where he's shaded, like especially my profile picture, I would like it to be portrayed as more of a grayish color, just because like his fur is gray, but not like, I don't know. It's not that important, but you can see where I made the change. I think it was like, I guess it would have been, yeah, like right in this one or this one, like somewhere around here. I think it was right here that you can see the color difference between the dark gray is totally different between these two. And basically the reason that happened is just because I kept using a color picker over and over again and just like going back and picking from like the oldest colors of like the oldest drawings I could find, and it worked, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I wasn't satisfied with it. There's a lot of things that have changed because of me being dissatisfied with it, but I guess that's just kind of what comes with being like a YouTuber in general. Um, Stuff has come out a lot less frequently than it used to, not only because my modern videos are longer, but also because I tend to attempt to put more effort into the editing and drawing of them. I'd like to say that the ACT video is one that I'm proud of. Um, Although it hasn't really performed as well as I wanted it to, because I feel like I put a lot of effort in that video, and the main reason is because I waited until I finished still set 4 to finally put it together. So it kind of felt like I put more effort into it when in reality I probably didn't. But um I still am proud of this video. The thumbnail is something I might actually change in the near future because it doesn't really reference the ACT, and it's because I was finishing the video at like 4 in the morning. But regardless, I feel like I'm trying to be more um like reliable with the quality, at least like to a degree, but it really does make me upload a lot slower because just in these like 3 rows right here, you already get back to 6 months ago. And I don't like how thin my upload schedule is because I would really like to make more content because I truly do enjoy it. But the issue is that it just takes so long to make a video now comparative to when, like, especially like back, like this video, like I'm pretty sure everything up to like the Five Nights at Freddy's video were literally put together in a single day, which I did have more time then because like last summer especially I was basically free. I only worked like 3 days a week, and then during the school year, like junior year really was kind of just a breeze. It wasn't that hard. There's a couple things, and I honestly should say that senior year has been easier, but something about it makes me feel more worn out when I get home, and it kind of stops me from being that motivated, especially because I work on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and I close. So I'm at work until like 1 in the morning, and then I wake up on Saturday and I have to work that day, and then Sunday I sleep through half the day, and then I have to go to school on Monday, so I can't stay up late. So it kind of feels like I don't have as much time, even though technically I probably do. Um, there's been a lot more like stuff with like me and my friends too, like playing games and stuff. Like especially like I started streaming. My first stream was only 3 months ago, so um, I really did enjoy doing these streams. Um, it's just crazy like how much has changed even in the last 3 months. Just going and like thinking about like what's happened, but um it's so strange to me that so much can change in a year and it really doesn't feel like it, but over time you notice it. So like a lot, like I stopped really doing these animation type videos, which is kind of sad because I really did enjoy doing them. They just take longer than the other ones, and since like I've gotten my standards are like much higher for my drawing, so like a lot of this stuff I would find very like I'd be offended if I made this almost like now. um I guess like the most recent like animation type video I did was the Evil video, and that was literally an advertisement for the album I released, which is just really funny because I put so much, like not so much effort, but like a decent amount of effort into this video that was just an advertisement for myself. But whatever. I guess the beginning of this video might count to the 5 years video. I This channel has existed for 5 years, which is kind of crazy to think about because that's like a decent bit of my life. Um, but I even tried in the last year, I tried doing YouTube shorts, and like editing parts of my videos down into like shorter clips. I I don't personally watch YouTube shorts, and I don't really enjoy creating them either. I think it feels cheap, and I know it's good for your channel, but I'm probably not going to do it that often unless a video does well, and like I think of a specific part of a video that I would like to have in a short, but don't expect too much of that. um these longer form videos are kind of a guilty pleasure because I do enjoy talking into a microphone, if you couldn't tell. Um, and I like being able to talk without feeling like I'm restricted behind having to like how do I say this? Without feeling like I have to think about what I'm going to put on the screen the whole time, because I can sit here and I can talk and I can like scroll through the occasional things and like look at what I want to look at and like kind of get direct stuff. So like the February direct video and the tier list videos of FNAF that I did with D's were really fun because they were kind of just like I could sit there and talk to a friend or to like someone else and like not have to worry about like what everything I was going to put on screen. um I don't know, overall the last year, especially for my channel, has been really good, and I think I even mentioned it um a year ago in this, yeah, the race is on. So in this video I talked about how I wanted to hit 100 subscribers before the end of 2024, and before the end of 2023, sorry. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I noticed because I started like a lot of these older videos. I think I had like about 60 subscribers when I was making everything up to like here. And then I really started to get more. Like I had like 90, like I think at the end of this one I had like 91 or something. And it was like, I was so excited because 100 felt like a number that I would never reach. And it's just kind of crazy now to think that I have 614 subscribers. And it's like, I don't know. It's just so interesting to me that like so much can happen. I hit 200 7 months ago, which was really cool. And then literally 2 months later, I had gained 300 subscribers, mostly thanks in part to the VR video because this was like probably the best story time video I've ever made. I feel like it was paced really well, and like the only part I didn't like is I feel like I rambled on in VR for too long. Like I talked for like a solid like 3 minutes, I think, and it was mainly just because I was really excited to show off my avatar model. Speaking of, in the last year I've had a lot of issues with some like PC stuff, and I don't want to do like a call out or anything, but I think it's important that I at least clarify, because I think in this video I said like that I worked with this person and like everything was cool and went well and was great. This person that I found on Fiverr, so he did a great job on the model and everything, but I don't know what happened because shortly after I downloaded the files that he sent me, like the zips and everything and all of that, I ended up getting like malware on my computer, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I had to like factory reset everything to get it to work properly again, and it was like a really big issue. I haven't brought it up with him in particular, but I do want to just say that like I don't know how I should feel about that. But this model, when I received it, was just completely non-functional, and I paid $120, I think, for it, which, I mean, for a retexture is not bad, and I am totally fine with the price because it turned out all right in the end. But my intention was that I would pay for it so that I wouldn't have to learn Blender or Unity for myself, because I have never really been that great with 3D modeling and stuff software. I have worked with them more in school since then, and it's been a lot easier for me. But especially around this time, like 5 months ago, I really had no idea. So um, I ended up basically having to learn Unity myself just so I could get it to work, because the files I was sent just were not correct, and I kept trying to contact him for help, and the help he was providing was like mostly the same thing over and over, which whatever. And it ended up okay in the end, and I'm glad it did. I'm just saying, like, whatever, it's what happens. But yeah, this video, I do like this video, and I'm glad that I made it, and I'm glad that it did so well. I'm glad so many people liked it, because this video, I had a lot of fun making this video too. Um, uh, Another thing I want to talk about, because I just noticed it, is this at the end of my videos. So full screened it. Um, this drawing of Avil right here that I used in my outros for a long time. I absolutely hate this. This drawing is terrible, and I don't know why I ever thought that it was acceptable to use. Um, it is so hideously ugly, and it makes me angry that the end of a lot of my videos are tainted by this creature. Um, so recently I've actually gone back and used an older one, which is this one, because I just don't like looking at that other one. So I've been using this one, which I used for a long time. But yeah, so uh what a thing. I got my theme song this year. Um Matt Hine, who has been like actually incredible to work with. He's really cool, and I really suggest that you go support him because he did a great job on this. Um, and I am planning on commissioning him again soon because I really enjoyed working with him, and it was very fun to make the theme song together. And um, yeah, there's like, I mean, I've shown more of my actual self in recent times too. Like, we have these streams where I show like, you know, my hair and my like my actual face. I just have the mask on, which is, you know, I mean, that's just kind of, I don't know if I want to put my whole face on the internet, not yet. um so yeah, I just like, there's a lot of stuff that's happened, and I'm like really, I've been very happy with the last year and like my channel in general, and I have seriously enjoyed making videos for all you guys. So I hope you stick around with me because I am going to try to keep doing this. And I think I've probably talked enough about the last year. So I think it's time to talk about the upcoming year because um if you thought that the last year was crazy, you are going to be amazed at this upcoming year. So, um, a while ago, I think in my college, yeah, my college brochures video 8 months ago, I mentioned how my dad suggested that I take a trip to Germany for school. And in that video, I don't necessarily know if I confirmed it or anything, but I have been accepted and everything is going smoothly. So, if everything goes according to plan, on September 14th of 2025, I will be departing for a 9-month trip to Munich, Germany, where I will be studying the language and probably traveling the country for that time, as well as hopefully continuing to make videos at a more consistent pace as I'll be out of school, at least out of high school, and I'll be like really prepared for what's to come. So, this upcoming year is going to be very crazy, and it's going to be very hectic, and there will probably be times where I'm gone, and there will be times where I'm back for like long stretches where I just make videos consistently. And there's a lot going on because at the end of this school year, I'm going on a trip with my grandparents to England to visit my family because most of my family is there. Um, and that will be the first time that I've seen them in quite a long time. So I'm extremely excited to go, and I've been wanting to go back again for a very long time. So that's something I'm very excited for. But there's going to be a lot of flying around, a lot of traveling, um, especially within the United States, because I have not really been to that many of the states here, and I would like to take some road trips and go around with some of my friends and stuff. So that's going to be another thing that you can probably expect to see some of for this upcoming summer, at least. Um, I guess the main reason I should talk about this is because the time between now and about May or June, are going to continue to be kind of dry spouts like this last bit has been, simply because I've been in school, or I'll be in school. And obviously, I'll be graduating. So there's going to be a lot going on in my life. There's going to be a lot of changes. And um, I think it's important to acknowledge that, because if I don't and I just kind of disappear, there'll be a lot of people either wondering where I am or seeing my channel and assuming that I'm dead. And as much as I would like to keep a consistent schedule, I know that trying to handle my school and my classes and like finishing everything that I need to finish before the year is over, it's gonna be too much. So the channel is definitely like a side thing at this point, because I can't take it on as my full priority at this time. But hopefully soon I will be able to, which will be very exciting, because truly content creation is something I love doing and I would love to keep doing it. Even if I do have a job and everything in the future, I would like to keep making content as a side thing just because I enjoy it so much. Um, so yeah, that's been my last year and what is to come. So I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble. If you made it all the way here and are still awake or are still watching, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching or listening. And I'll see you whenever I upload next, which hopefully won't be too long from now. All right. Bye bye.